It's now time for the NXT Chicago TakeOver review. It was what we thought it was, and it was awesome. It's now time for the NXT
There's a guy on Twitter, I guess, named Joe Cronin.
And he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone. You suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking faggot. And or some various version of that.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
Don't forget to like, comment, and body slam that subscribe button.
This is the Epic Voice Guy, and I can honestly say, Joe Cronin is god awful, that is. You guys seriously listen to this guy? And now it's time for The Joe Cronin Show.
And he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone.
God damn it, man. What a show. God damn it. NXT TakeOver. Another great show from the WWE. Well, at least another great show from NXT. I don't know about everything else, but... I'm feeling good, man. I'm pumped up. All my predictions came true, so I feel like either that was just really easy to predict tonight, or I'm really good. I don't know which one it is. I think it's easy to predict because I've been missing NXT. I missed NXT the last 4 weeks. I missed NXT, so that was something I didn't want to happen, but did happen. I just didn't. It just never got done. But there we go. This show tonight was so goddamn good. And the first thing I want to say is what I was thinking about earlier, which was like, wow, man, it's amazing how they put these matches together in NXT. It's just night and day compared to WWE main roster. Anything on the main roster, it is absolutely night and day what they do, and the way they build the matches, the way they know what they're gonna do. You know, there's still a part of me that watches it and is a little bit, like, cringed out by all the slap, kick, and punches. Like, I miss, like, the old school selling of more charismatic type selling as opposed to stiff shots. I don't really like stiff shots that much. I think it gets done way too much. But be that as it may, it's way better than what happens on the main roster, and I loved it. And again, whoever plans out the matches comes up with the pacing is unbelievable. And now I know that, you know, they could have had one or two more matches tonight. That thing went by. This was one of the very fast takeover. It was just very fast. I feel like it was, by the time it was main event time, it was like, God damn, is it really the main event already? This is freaking crazy. But yeah, I will take almost anything that happened tonight. As far as my predictions go, nailed it. In fact, the two matches that we thought would be kind of on the lower end of things, including were both the titles. I thought that the women's belt and the men's belt were going to be kind of, you know, on the bottom end of the show, even though they were going to probably be pretty good. You know, that's how it goes. But if you guys want to chime in with anything as far as donations tonight, down in the description box below, there's a big link, says Twitch alerts. You can donate live there. And if you expand the description box to show more, all the way at the bottom, all the donation amounts are listed there for you if you want to have some fun tonight during this NXT TakeOver review. Or you can simply super chat and use the $ down below and use the super chat button. I'm also going to be joined tonight by Jake DeMarco. I don't know who that is, but his name is Jake DeMarco.
Oh, yeah, baby. What a great fucking main event. Woo!
Good, pretty good show, yeah.
Still hard and wet. God damn. Great show overall. Like you said, it did feel short. I wish they had the NXT...
really predictable to me, too. It was very predictable, very short, but... yeah.
I wish the North American title was defended. It definitely needed one more match.
Yeah, it really felt like there was just... we needed maybe one more. But you know what? I don't know. They went for the flawless victory instead.
Oh, they delivered up and above what I could even begin to fathom. I thought it was fantastic. And on top of it, I kind of got swerved for a second there. I'm like, the way they're ending it, I figured I might have been wrong. You see Gargano going over. I'm like, I really thought Ciampa would win, but all right, there's no ref. We'll see. And then they just really pulled out all the stops. So,
yeah, they definitely made it multiple times, kind of swerved a little bit in a good way, and it was good, man. It was. I just figured, like, man, it's got to be Ciampa, Gargano, and Brooklyn. So this has got to go. Ciampa's got to win tonight, And I was like, I thought maybe too, like Candice would come down and be like, "Stop, Johnny! This isn't you. You need to stop." And then maybe Ciampa was going to come up behind and tool him, and then that's how it was going to continue. But I'm glad they didn't do that, though. I am glad they did what they did instead.
Yeah, it was perfect having her, beforehand hand him the crutch, and I love the way they touched upon taking off the wedding ring. What a great moment of ring psychology.
Well.
We don't see those kind of, little bits of storytelling in matches that often, and that was just so fantastic.
What I liked, too, was the injury off the top was really believable because Ciampa's head wasn't really protected by Gargano at the end. He let go. I felt his arm should have stayed there, and his head kind of bounced into the table, and, you could just feel like he was getting a concussion from that, and that's what made it a little bit believable, so that was really cool. I really liked that. It was really believable that he smashed his head and he was in trouble. Let me play. Let me play a couple of these donations real quick. We'll take your phone calls in a minute too. We'll get phone calls in here.
Great match by Tomato Champion and Johnny Gargano. Can't wait for Shinsuke's Last Man Standing tomorrow.
Oh my God, Last Man Standing. Mosh Master D, man, what's up, buddy? How you been, dude? Tomato Champion and Johnny Gargamel. What a good match, though. Seriously, like, I didn't mention that in the review in my predictions, but I meant to say that I basically did say it, but I didn't say it. I should have said that I really expected that maybe, obviously, this could be the last match. The championship wouldn't be the main event, but pretty much. Oh shit, Trey, we're getting fucked up. Oh, we're getting fucked up. Fucked up. Tonight we're getting fucked up. Tonight we're getting fucked up. And yeah, I get fucked up. So pass me some of that vodka. And pass me some of that ecstasy. And give me some of that pussy. Tonight we're getting fucked up. Yeah.
NXT 9/10. Why can't WWE learn from NXT? I feel like NXT is like our old school wrestling. Sometimes Big Night NXT and Corrupted.
God damn it, man. Trey, thank you so much for the $33, Trey. You're the fucking man, man. Look at that. I want to hang out with that motherfucker, that dude right there. Look at that guy. He likes NXT. Imagine that guy in the front row instead of that long-haired fuck who's always in the front row at NXT. Put that guy out there. Put Mr. Bald Clean out there. God damn, would that be good. That'd be so good. We're going to take phone calls in a minute. 339-226-6610. And I know the phone lines are crazy, so, I don't know, try, and then if you don't get through, try again, and then if you don't get through, try again, and keep trying later. Keep coming back for some more. Especially towards the middle end of the show. We'll definitely, probably the phone lines will open up for you. Because they are whacked out right now. Some up with Skype, too. I don't know what it is. But, okay, match of the night for you, Jake.
I hate to be so just typical and say the main event, but it's hard not to love that match. Ricochet and Velveteen Dream as well. I mean, it's almost a tie for me.
Well, can I tell you this? The NXT has been providing this formula for a little while now, and I think it's pretty goddamn amazing. I think that's the one hindrance they have, though, is like they seem to have this formula of three, which is Velveteen Dream and Ricochet gave us the entertainment sideshow. It was very charismatic, very mental, kind of cerebral sort of mind games, and it was just filled with that charisma. And that's what carried it. Like those guys standing there was more exciting than much of the stuff that actually happened. Although the ending was unreal. Like, dude, yeah. I fucking laughed. I don't know if you're supposed to laugh at this shit, but I was laughing, dude. Because when Ricochet jumped across the ring. But anyway, let me get to my point, and we'll talk about the match after. I know you were about to talk too, so I interrupted this whole thing. But let me just say, they get the match where, to me, the tag team match, they always have this one match where there's just millions of false finishes with crazy wrestling, and that ends up being a nasty match, like as far as wrestling goes. Then there ends up being this sort of the sideshow match that's really good, built on hype and charisma. And then there's always that third one that feels like it's really the main event. And that's kind of what we got tonight. And the other two matches were kind of left on the bottom, but still good. I think everything tonight was, as I said in my predictions, I said, hey, everything is always a 7.5 or above. I think we got that tonight. I think even somebody who thought the women's match, or maybe even the Aleister Black match, wasn't up to the other three matches, maybe those still were 7.5 or above, I think. But was there maybe you disagree? The women's was very short.
Yeah, the women's didn't live up to the expectations I had. I feel like both of them could have done a bit more. And one of the things that really is missing too, just to go through it quickly, is I loved old school styles where they go ahead and someone's being, forced to submit or choked out, and anything to deal with them going unconscious, where the ref would pick up the arm and drop it 3 times.
Yeah, I missed that.
We were talking about that on Twitter, and they'd get that chance to hulk up, and then they do the arm drop again, and then they're out. Like, there's something classic about that really amps up the feeling of the seriousness of the moment.
When did they not do it? Tell me when they didn't do it again. I forget.
They didn't do it for the women's match tonight.
Who was the one that needed their arm raised up?
Baszler was choking out, Nikki, and I really think it could have, would have added to it.
But Nikki didn't get out of it, right?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, so you don't do it then. That's
why.
Well,
usually they do it to see if they're going to pass out or not.
Well, normally what it is it's done realistically. Normally it's supposed to be done when the baby face is in trouble, and that's about it. And then I think that's why they kind of did away with it. But I agree with you. I think they should do it every time for the sport of it. It's something that Vince doesn't like anymore. He really hates it, and some of the guys don't like it either because it reminds them kind of the Hogan deal. But again, why not everyone do it? It's the same as when 2 guys go down, you start counting to a 10. Same as when you get thrown out of the ring, you count to a 10. It actually provides the idea that there's a threat that something could happen, that the person could lose. So I don't get it myself. I don't know why. I agree with you. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do the goddamn thing. Guys, hit the subscribe button down below. Don't miss out on the daily wrestling reviews, podcast, the news. We're live after every single WWE event right here on the Joe Cronin Show. Hit that subscribe button. We're over, 56,000 subs now. I've been doing this forever. A bunch of shit, man. It's been crazy. And hit me up on Twitter at RealCronin on Twitter. And I want to thank all the people who signed up on Patreon. Obviously, as you guys know, YouTube has demonetized almost everything. There's even videos missing. Some stuff is coming down. And if they ever take the whole thing down, you're going to want to be where I am, which is going to be on Patreon. So, and that's where we're safe. That's our blanket right now. You know what I mean? We got over 300 patrons, 318 and going. It fluctuates 340, 330, whatever it is. Actually, we never hit 340. That'd be cool though. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. $2 a month, $5 a month, whatever you want to do to support. It's up to you, and we'll move back on. But yeah, Jake, continue. I don't know if you remember where you were before I said the 3 matches.
I feel like the women's could have had, they missed something special. I really don't even know how to pinpoint what it was, but you have Nikki Cross being psychotic as ever, and she's even beating herself up, really trying to show, Baszler that no matter what you do, I can hurt myself worse. I like that, that bit of poignancy from her. And then it just, for the way it finished with the submission and having her pass out, it was cool to have her smile, as she's being choked out. I liked that image that they gave us, but I wish that came a little bit later on. I would have liked to have seen them go back and forth a little bit more with Nikki coming out a little bit stronger.
I was on the opposite end of the stick on this one. I felt this match should be short, and I definitely thought Nikki was going to lose, and that was about it. So I was really, for the most part, I knew that people weren't going to be that happy with it once I saw it, but yeah, I figured, with the way the night was, it was best to sort of get out of there easy. Shayna Baszler's kind of a, I don't know, she is what she is. I think she had a better moment with was it Ember Moon when she sold that, like, smashing her arm back into her socket or whatever it was?
Yeah, her and Ember had a better match, I feel, but
yeah, it was a little better. And I get what, you know, I think Nikki's crazy and it's funny and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan. I don't know, like, if I see her do some other things in matches, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think she's pretty cool, entertaining, but I'm glad she's going to the main roster. I think she'll do way better there than down here in NXT, although that's usually, we don't say that. Usually we say, well, they're going to go to the main roster, they're going to suck. And it's weird.
She's one that's going to be a breath of fresh air, I think. We don't have anyone kind of like her right now on the main roster. There's no psychotic, crazy... You know, the last one to kind of have that role was AJ Lee, I feel.
Yeah.
Even that wasn't, like, full-on crazy.
Well,
I mean, she was manic at times, but...
I mean, AJ Lee was annoying to me. I didn't think she was crazy. I thought she was annoying.
Well, they tried to convey her as, like, manic and bipolar, but that's not what Nikki Cross is going for. She's going for more just straight-out psychotic, bringing chaos with sanity. So I think she's going to be a bit of, you know, breath of fresh air for the women's division. She'll be something different. And especially with who they could pair her up with, seeing her and Charlotte or Becky go, you know, head-to-head, that could be a lot of fun. So
yeah, definitely, it's going to be cool to see something different. Something different for the women. It's weird how Sasha Banks, you know, got a fairly good push and everything like that, but someone like Ember Moon, she seems like she just keeps building on herself really well. Where Sasha came in on full hype and then got knocked down. Seems like Ember Moon's getting knocked up. You know what I mean? Hopefully not really, because we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose her because she's prego. So let's throw another donation out here and see what's up. Let me put my screen out for you. Here we go. There it is.
$9. Fuck, someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Suck it, suck it, suck it.
Sup Joe and Jake, hell of a show tonight. Main event was great. Wicked DDT on wood.
Yeah.
Ricochet and Dream were the second best match of the night. Women's match was average.
Yeah, Ricochet and
tag
Dream
match was good. And Alistair still the champ. Rip Money in the Bank 9/10.
Yeah, goodbye to Money in the Bank. 9/10, baby.
9/10. All I have to say is good luck to the guys working Money in the Bank.
Everyone's saying 9/10. Hey, what's up, Triple Gaming? Triple Gaming, thank you for the $9.
Damn, let Triple H take over the main roster already. Every takeover amazing. Johnny Wrestling versus Ciampa 3 in Brooklyn, can't wait. Hell in Cell, maybe.
Yeah, a few people rumbling about Hell in the Cell. That'd be whacked out. Triple Gaming, thanks for the $9. And Peyton Royce's pussy, thank you for the 316. Have a Steve Weiser for me, you son of a bitch. Drink up, baby. We're going through these donations. You guys are funding the show, and we're having a good time. I'm feeling good.
ShiBUM.
What a great show. Main roster, this is how it's done. It's not that hard to book a show that flows this good. Guarantee MITB will suck.
It is for them.
Tonight, almost as good as New Orleans. I give it a 8/10.
It definitely, they definitely, it is that hard. They don't understand it. Bry Guy, thanks for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Somebody said stop with the apron spots in the chat. Hey, Bry Guy, thanks, man. We got a few more of these. Let me play a couple more of these real quick before we move on. I do want to talk about Oni Lorcan's spot on the apron.
Super Chat Party.
Damn, Ciampa and Gargano tore the house down 9/10.
Wow, man of 1,005 holds, giving the dose, baby. I'm going 8.5 tonight. I'll come out of the closet and tell you I'm going 8.5 tonight. Loved it. I thought I don't know if I thought last takeover was better. I think maybe I did, like just slightly perhaps. The last one, but this one was great.
I think we gave the last one a 9.
Yeah, so like I would go 8.5 on this one.
Yeah,
8.7. Like I don't know, because the other one.
Yeah, because the ladder match with that last one, that alone was.
Yeah, that was like the best.
And then
Fuck
on top
that
of it,
stupid fat green shirt,
you know,
fucking that long hair
so.
faggot. Great takeover, by the way.
Oh God, long hair.
A lot of great spots in the main event. NXT never disappoints. Love you, Jake. Love you, Joe. Keep killing it.
Hey, man, thank you so much. Joe Cronin forever. What a great name. You know me so well. You know me so well. My birthday's coming up. Hey, what day is my birthday? Anyway, we should celebrate on the show because I said so. I celebrate myself. Okay? I celebrate myself. Great NXT takeover tonight. Absolutely unbelievable. We got a lot of callers on. Unbelievable. I'm the president. We got a lot of callers on the phone, so I'm gonna start with. Let's start with Tony first. I told him I'd put him on first. So Tony, what's up, Tony?
Man, what's up, Joe? We just saw the street fight, and that DDT was straight out wicked.
Yeah, baby, right into the goddamn plank from hell.
It was panels, great. Yeah, my God.
I mean, did you guys notice, though, when Ciampa spit on the ring, Gargano got all kinds of piss?
Yeah, dude, that was... Dude, I'm telling you, man, when he spit on that ring, talk about fucking awesome. That was the shit, dude.
The spot with the chair where he had it wrapped around Gargano's head, and he slammed him into the steps, too. You know, we've seen moves like that with the chair being placed around people's throats or, limbs, but the way that, Gargano sold it, too, that looked so friggin' brutal. It was breathtaking.
Yeah, especially Ciampa getting a taste of his own medicine by being the victim of a Sicilian slice.
Yeah.
Right through 2 tables, though, off that equipment.
Yeah, bro. What would you give NXT TakeOver tonight?
Oh, I give NXT a solid 9 out of 10. Badass seal of approval. Women's match was a little average, though. I mean, it could have been a lot better. That match was pretty good. My friend, though, gives it a 9 out of 10 as well. 8.5, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was pretty good. They had a lot of really good moments, and didn't have the flow that I'd like a match to have. I don't think the main event had a flow that I would say. Like there's a build, there's a flow that something can have that really sets the world on fire, and it didn't have that, but it had some really good kind of moments in it, and it was good. But to me, like, something that has a flow that builds up that I like really enjoy. Was like
didn't have that crescendo. Yeah.
Yeah, like
it didn't feel like it was building. It just kept, pow,
wow, look at this.
More like
exactly.
A show.
Exactly like that. Yeah. So, which is good. Just a different. Yeah. It's just different.
Yeah, we was already binge watching the other 2 shows from 2001, from the Royal Rumble to the Invasion pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, that was a good time. I went back and watched that. Maybe a couple of years ago or whatever. But Tony, thanks for the call, man. Let me move on. We got a lot of people that want to talk about NXT TakeOver. 203's on the phone. What's up, 203?
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
Holy shit, bro.
This show, unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
This show
was God.
I can't like wrap my head around what Triple H is doing over there, man. He's doing such a phenomenal fucking job.
Yeah, dude, it's really what they're crafting is amazing with the flow of the show, like booking the card. You know what I mean? The way they book the card and the placement of matches and everything else that's thought about, really just well done. Like it is really well done. Like
an emotional roller coaster day too, because especially considering Triple H, there was one point where I heard his bit of news for the announcement for the Australia show, and I wanted to strangle him when they said that he's going to be facing the Undertaker, especially after their WrestleMania bouts. The end of an era with the last Hell in a Cell match they had with Shawn as the referee.
That's Vince.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh God, like it just, and then you see what Triple H does tonight, and you're like, this is what it could be. This is why you need to take over.
Hey Jake, the question that I asked you about the ROH shirts and shit, can you wear them there? Obviously you could, because when they did that spot with the 2 tables where Johnny Wrestling put them through the tables, there's a Young Bucks shirt, a kid with a Young Bucks shirt there, or not a kid, but like a dude like our age with a Young Bucks fucking shirt.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it'd be an issue.
TV.
Usually they don't have any issue with other brands and things like that, unless it's like
if it's on the TV side, it can be different.
Yeah,
sometimes.
No, the camera points it right at them.
But they're in the crowd there. It's not stationary the whole night.
Yeah,
if you're sitting on the hard camera side,
like fuck it, like the show's already over, so kids are nothing about it.
It's a sign.
Plus it's on the network.
It's a sign. No, but
hey, I'll give it a 10-10 tonight, man.
Wow,
phenomenal,
man. Okay, going way
Money
over.
in the Bank does tomorrow.
It won't be a 10. I'll tell you that.
No. I'm trying to be positive about Money in the Bank as well, and somewhat optimistic, but
let's get to
optimism is failing.
We got one more guy hanging on the phone here, and then we'll get back to talking a little bit, and then we'll get back to calls again. We'll get a lot of shit to go through here. 856, what's up?
I've been on the phone longer than any of those fuckos. And come on, you come to me last. No, I'm just kidding. What's up?
I thought that. I was like, you know what? I bet you this guy's the first one who called. But sorry, bro.
I'm just sitting here patiently. It's the ghost of Luke Rojas calling in again. I'm not going to be as horny as I was for Troy last night.
I knew it was
you. This pay-per-view, it was for a lot of people are saying it's like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I thought the first match was epic, and then like Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream, to me, started out a little weird. It started out a little funky, but by the end, I was pretty much sold on the match.
Yeah, me
too.
And
then Shayna versus Nikki Cross was I couldn't even. That match, to be honest with you, everybody's being nice about it. It fucking sucked. All right, it sucked.
I don't think the match was great. I just liked what I'm glad they booked it that way. I know that doesn't. I know that's weird. You'd think I'd want like a match.
It's a nice man saying you didn't like the match.
Well, yeah, I
thought the match was bad.
They booked it that way. See, to me, they booked it that way. They're just, they don't care.
They booked it to suck.
Yeah, well, they booked it just to be like quick, to be hey, Nikki's crazy.
I think the worst match. Like that was the worst match in my opinion. But the other match that I got really disappointed on. Like I don't know if this is Aleister Black, but I can't get into his matches. Like the past 3 matches on pay-per-view that he's had, I really just can't get into. Maybe it's just him as a wrestler himself, but like I don't know. Like he's
a guy. He's a guy that's gonna have. He has more of that classic WWE moveset style where he kind of what he's doing, you know what I mean? So when you put him in there with Lars, like I said this in my predictions, I thought this would happen. I said, there's a danger that, this match kind of will be a little bit, just regular, if that makes any sense to anybody, and so, but it will still be good, you know what I mean? And people will be invested and it will still be good. But it won't be, it will be on the bottom tier of the show, and then the women's match too. I said that in the predictions. So I mean, we it was kind of expected.
Yeah. After that Gargano and Tommaso main event, I mean, there's no real hope for Money in the Bank.
Look at Aleister Black against some of the other people though. He had really good stuff with like Velveteen Dream. He had a good match with. It's just Lars Eller and him is kind of like a weird matchup. It's kind of like, back in the day when, there would be like... Well, like Macho Man Randy Savage would be in the main event against $1 Million Man for the WWE title or whatever. But then right before that, Hulk Hogan wasn't in the title picture, but he had a match against the Warlock or something. It's kind of like you knew it wasn't... as a kid, I was really excited for it, but you knew it wasn't going to be you're not going to go back and watch it really. Same thing with this, but no complaints because it was what I thought it would be. So maybe that's why I'm not as mad. I thought it was good though. I still thought it was good. I thought Aleister Black versus
Sullivan.
Lars. Yeah, it was like I don't know. I give it a 7 out of 10 or something like that. It was a good match.
Lars is still a few shades of green too, so that kind of makes it. There's some. As where I feel like Aleister's like really refined in his moveset. Everything he does is very methodical and thought out. Yeah. He doesn't botch often. You saw a few mistakes tonight, pretty much on the side of Lars. Yeah. And Lars is definitely a few shades of green in my book. Certainly, up and coming talent, but this championship match might have been a little too soon. I don't know. They still gave us a good match. It was very entertaining overall. But
I was surprised ever since the beginning of this whole thing that was the match. I really was.
It just kind of seemed like they ran out of people for him to face. So.
Well, I mean, the money. So I mean, there's really no hope for the Money in the Bank paper. I mean, actually, that's kind of being mean because we've got matches and I'm looking forward to. But
we got Seth and Elias. That's going to be good. Seth and Elias is going to tear the house down.
Where's EC3? Why?
They're trying to sell Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey as like the main event or like a big like show selling match. Nia Jax fucking sucks. All right, she fucking sucks. Yeah. Like Alexa Bliss looks like Shawn Michaels last month when she was having that match with her. Like she,
and Alexa Bliss too. You have Nia having a hard time beating Alexa. She had a hard time beating Alexa, Luke. Like, now she's going to have. You expect her to be strong over Ronda, who just beat up Triple H?
She's really fat.
But
that's her
I know, but that's what they're trying to say, basically. I mean, she couldn't beat Alexa, with any sort of ease. So now she's supposed to take on Ronda, who beat up Triple H, Well,
a lot of people are saying, like, oh, you don't say things bad about Ronda versus Nia because Ronda had one of the best matches at Mania. Well, that was also because Triple H and Kurt Angle were in that match. Nia Jax can't fucking do a DDT bump right.
If you put Nia in Ronda's place, it would flop. Exactly, it would have totally flopped. It would have been awful.
Well, Nia is also green. I mean, dude, she showed up not green, but I mean, she showed up in NXT. I mean, green. She worked hard, but she shouldn't. She got the call up like, I mean, dude, there's people working years. What was she training for 2 years? And then got called to the main roster.
No, that's not even the thing because Alexa Bliss. I mean, she came into the WWE. She didn't have any background experience, and a lot of people I think she's improved so much every time she wrestles.
Alexa was there a year longer though, I think, than at Nia. So Alexa,
Alexa Bliss looks like she looks fucking amazing compared to Nia Jax. Say what you want about her, I think she's awesome. But Alexa Bliss, dude, last month. She looked like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, fucking The Rock, like all those great legends combined compared to Nia, who couldn't even take a fucking bump.
I feel like Nia's like
a bump and put her hands up.
A lot of times I feel like Nia's
man, but
all right, man. I feel like Nia's a 5, like a lot of times in the ring. She's a 5 out of 10 in the ring, and I feel like Alexa is, 6.57. Sometimes.
Yeah. Nia's just not a believable champion. Like I said, we knew she went on and on saying, "Oh, I'm going to stop the armbar." She tapped out. They rang the bell. They, they gave her a bit of mercy. Not even in the match, they had to ring the bell for her. So
imagine there was no Ronda. There was no Ronda Rousey. Like Nia would be the fucking beast, or there's no Asuka. It just seems like there's somebody that's always coming up to surpass her.
Yeah, that's for sure. And she didn't do well in NXT either. We thought she would, and then her match with Bayley was disappointing, and all her subsequent matches I never really enjoyed in NXT either.
She had good she had a really good look sometimes about her that I believed her, and she had pretty good promos too. But on the main roster with the cringe they write, that's gone out the window, man.
Yeah, her facial expressions don't hold a candle to what she used to be able to present.
Wish I had that fucking Cody Rhodes clip right now, because that's what Shock Factor has gone out the window with her.
Yeah, but we got Seth versus Elias. That's going to be really good. I think both Money in the Bank matches are going to be entertaining. Spot fest, sure, but there's a lot of interest just in figuring out who's going to win those briefcases. I don't think it's as easily predictable as everybody's made it out to be.
I don't know if it's predictable, but I can't predict it. That's the thing. I don't think it is predictable, but I'm not that interested though. I don't know.
Everybody's made it out to say that Natalia's absolutely won, and I'm not so sure that that's the case. But
again, it's weird if Natalya does win, because they made it obvious that she was gonna they were trying to say look, she's gonna win, and then they tried to say look, the Miz is gonna win. They basically showed off the two people that could be the winners on both shows.
Yeah.
So you're telling me
if that does happen, then they really
they really tipped their hand. They really gave it away. What the fuck? Let me play some of these before we get behind on these. We got a sub, man. Michael Sachs Jr. What's up, Michael? Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Pour me a goddamn beer. Pour me a beer. Pour me a fucking beer. Sorry. Chicago, what's up? What's up to everybody in the chat? What do you guys give NXT TakeOver? Let me see them ratings, if you can.
Super Chat Party.
Velveeta Dream is ready for the main roster to continue his anti-internet darling gimmick.
I am the Velveeta Dream.
Dude, that guy has just fucking charisma on charisma on charisma. Dude looks like fucking Rick Rude, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, and Shawn Michaels all rolled into one. I can't fucking believe this guy. This guy could fucking paint a picture in front of me and I'd watch him do it at this point. Velveteen Cream, bro. This guy's a star.
Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in until I'm victorious. fucking Bobby Roode. Triple H wants to fuck me. Glorious.
Even though two of my favorites lost, it was still an excellent show. 8/10.
Hey, baby, you know it was good. Chiziknees.
Yeah.
What's up, man? You know it was good. Hey, man, I went perfect fucking goddamn predictions tonight. I don't know how Jake did because I was halfway through it.
I thought I was going to be wrong at the end, too. I thought Gargano was going to win. I'm like, oh, man, I didn't think I was going to get this one wrong. And then they switched it up so perfectly.
Chiziknees, thanks for the $24, Chiziknees. You see that? That's why we're this good, Jake. That's why we're this good. We're both perfect.
Damn straight, baby.
Bobby Means, thanks for the $1 super chat, man.
The only one that I originally had a difficult time picking was Ricochet and Velveteen. I kept going back and forth, and I was, I could really see both men winning there, but I was like, Velveteen's got the rub from Cena, and they made sure to tell us that how many times throughout the night.
Times, yeah. Well, I just thought that it was like, Velveteen doesn't really need it. Like, he can lose and like you don't even notice. But with Ricochet, he really needs to win. That was my point, was like he's the whole athletic version of the 205 Live type of thing. And he's new, and he's newer. So
he's much fresher.
How can the main roster not see that this is how you book a show? It's right there under their nose in their own damn company.
They're fucking idiots. Hail metal forever. Hail metal forever! I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind, dude. I'm so fucking pumped, and that shit was over. Like, I feel like that show could have gone on, and I would have just gone on and on and on, baby. And the NXT TakeOver ended so quick. 929, you're live on the Joe Cronin Show. What's up? And he hangs up.
There was one point where Ricochet got caught by Dream on the second rope, and he did that super cartwheel, the DVD. Oh my God! Ricochet kicks out, but it was like such a close kick out. They had a few of those moments where it was like really holy shit that you heard chant from the outside.
When was that? What did he do?
He went ahead and Velveteen Dream goes ahead and he catches Ricochet on the second rope,
right? And
he gets the super cartwheel where he goes backwards, and it looked like it just damn near tore his head off. Ricochet just made the kick out. It was incredible.
Yeah, that whole like you said that, or like I think it was Luke that said it when he called, and he was like, it was weird start, and I thought the same thing. I was like, well, this has the danger about that match is that it's so much hype. Like, to see Ricochet come out and to see Velveteen Dream come out, like they're very hyping, and they have that traditional. Well, Velveteen does have that traditional WWE kind of style a little bit, but with his own new version of it. And, that can disappoint at some point, because you're not, you're relying on emotion more than almost anything else. And, athleticism too. Obviously, Ricochet's in there. But it's just like they weren't synced up right at the beginning, and then it got better and better. And, dude, at the end, it was so fucking funny to me. I was laughing my ass off when because it was so one thing after another. Like, okay, Ricochet's climbing to the top rope, Velveteen Dream's down, and then he rolls out of the way like, oh, the crowd's gonna boo, and then Ricochet's like, fuck it, I'm jumping anyway, I'm gonna hit him, and then like he does it
from that distance,
and it was sick. And then fucking he gets it. Velveteen Dream gets his legs up at the last minute, and then it was hilarious to me that he was like, I'm gonna try to match him. And now I'm going to dive across the ring doing the elbow across the ring. And I just thought that was the funniest goddamn thing. And then when he missed, I was just laughing, man. I don't know what it was. I was laughing so hard. I was way into it by that moment. When he missed the elbow, I know it was the end of the match, but when he missed that elbow across the ring, like I was full on, if you pause the match and something came up was like, you must pay $200 to see what happens next.
Yeah, to be continued.
That's how you know like how good it is, because you would drop that money because I want to know what the fuck happens.
Hands down. There was a point in time. So Dream gets that swinging DDT, and you get a really, really close near fall again. And the crowd, everybody's standing, and you got everybody cheering, and Dream slaps Ricochet, and he's like, I'm homegrown. You belong in a bingo hall. I'm a wrestling god. Like, you just hear him screaming at Ricochet, and you can't help but like smile and get behind him. I'm a wrestling god. You belong in a bingo hall.
Dude,
like,
he kept calling him Bingo Hall the whole match. He was like,
Hall.
It's like, get up, Bingo Hall, get up, Bingo Hall. Hey, Grandma, B6, bitch. Like, he said something like that. It was fucking hilarious.
The crowd's chanting both these guys or both these men in the beginning. Like, they're like, both these guys, like, because they didn't know who to cheer for.
Right.
Everything about this was just outstanding. And then Ricochet surprises Velveteen with his own signature Death Valley driver that he hits.
Yeah.
And the crowd, like, gasped. It was phenomenal. It was awe-inspiring.
I liked it too. Like, we saw a couple different versions of that too, like the throwaway, the rolling one, like a bunch of different. 929, what's up?
Yo, Joe, what up?
Hallelujah! What's going on? How you doing?
Well, it's my first time calling.
Oh, hey, man. Congratulations. He's popping the cherry. He's popping the cherry.
Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass!
Shock factor's out the window, man.
Man, I was lit that show, man. I was, like, really lit. Anyway, yeah, man, thanks for calling. Glad you got through, too, with the new phones crapping out. But, yeah, what'd you think?
I loved NXT TakeOver. Triple H got to take over the main roster, honestly. I've been saying that to all my friends forever.
I know, man. They need something. They need him to... But you know what? I know that we always say that, and I hate to rain on our own parade, because I agree to it. I want him to. I want Triple H to take over, too. But in some ways I do. But, you know, again, 20% or less of the WWE audience is watching this. You know, and they feel that this isn't even the same thing at all. That they might not even do this sort of stuff 100%. I disagree with that, though, in a way. I do think that if they introduce stuff like this to the main roster, that they will invigorate and recreate their crowd, even though at first some of the casual people may not understand or whatever. But I think, you know, after you start showing this stuff off enough and you have better storylines, you know what I mean, and you get rid of some of those scripts, you know, you would really bring the product back. It'd be a risk, but I don't think it is. But right now, getting those casuals to tune into this isn't really working, and bringing the guys up from NXT to the casuals and saying this guy's great, his name is, you know, Kevin Owens, they don't get it. You know, unless they become the main roster type of character, the fans don't quite get it. And unless you present them the same way you do in NXT, how the hell are the casuals gonna, you know, they're gonna say, like, why do you guys like Sasha Banks? Why did you guys like Bayley? People used to rave about Bayley at NXT. You guys are idiots. I'm never gonna watch NXT. That's what casual fans say. I've seen them I've seen their videos, I've seen their forums. They're like, I sort of seen Bayley a couple times. I heard she had a good match with Sasha, but she just seems stupid to me. And then when she comes up to the main roster, they're like, she's lame and she's terrible. So we're all agreeing that she's lame and terrible, but they don't even watch NXT, so they have no idea. And you're not giving them or forcing them to see what we saw down here. So it's just one big discombobulated piece of crap.
I agree, Joe. But the thing is, I feel like they should at least present a little bit of what NXT does on the main roster. At least take like 10%, you know.
I think they think they are. I think they think they are by giving us, you know, AJ and Shinsuke and what they're doing with that stuff. I think they are, but they don't realize that. And by the way, that's one of the better rivalries that is going. So I will give them that. Like, if they were doing this with AJ and Shinsuke on NXT, people would be raving about it. But they would probably do it a little bit better. We know they would. But yeah, that's the thing, is they need to go all the way. If they don't go all the way, it doesn't work. It shows that they're not going all the way, and nobody commits. The fans don't commit. There's no way, unless you go 100%. The fans don't buy it, because people know that this isn't real and everything, and it just stinks. You need to really be overcommitted. That's the one thing that I noticed tonight. It almost, to me, it felt like everybody was in a real match. Like, it felt like I haven't even really been watching NXT that much, but I can tell you, I felt like Ricochet and Velveteen Dream Like, there was something going on. Like, these guys were trying to show each other, I'm better. And I believed it. And that's incredible because I haven't been watching. So I didn't even have the backstory. And
and the build-up has been fantastic as well. The build-up made you want to see tonight, which is the complete opposite of the main roster. We wanted to fast-forward through the past 5 weeks just to get to Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
There was no interest to be had at all with anything that they've done with any of the matches. I'm not, personally excited for any of the matches via storyline. I want to see what happens in the outcome, but not because of anything that they've shown us.
Right.
If you told me Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley were going to fight 6 weeks ago, I'd be like, oh, cool, that's a good match. I don't fucking want to see that at all now. They ruined that entirely. They threw that match out the window.
Oh, God, yeah, I want Bobby Lashley out of the company. It's not even his fault.
It's not his fault, but
I can tell
they ruined that.
They don't give a crap about him, and it just looks stupid. Another 856, what's up?
Hey, Joe, it's Kenny. How you doing tonight?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I just want to touch on a few things with NXT. I think it was a great show. 4 out of the 5 matches I liked. The only match I didn't like was the Nikki Cross and Shayna Baszler. I don't think it was a bad match per se. I just think it was the weakest match of the night. And to me, there must have been like a beach ball in the crowd or something, because the crowd was not really into the match, especially towards the beginning.
I don't think they gave much to. Plus, they were so just dead at that point.
Yeah, it was.
They came after the Ricochet match, and everything you saw there. It's the same thing that happened with Undertaker losing. You kill the audience.
Yeah, they didn't do so bad, and I think the fans didn't. It was the least important thing that was going on. I think people know Nikki's coming to the main roster. I think people know that Shannon needed a win against somebody, so they kind of made Nikki look like a unhinged psycho, and she lost because her own stupidity in a way. So
exactly, Nikki was more so of a prop for Shayna in the match. But to touch on the Gargano and Ciampa match, I think it was good. But for some reason, I kind of like the other match prior a little bit better. But I think the only way that this feud ends, and tell me what you guys think, and then I'm gonna hang up. I think the only way this feud ends properly is that I don't know when it's going to take place, but I think we get NXT's first ever Hell. I think we get NXT's first ever Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, a lot of people saying Hell in a Cell. In my predictions video, I mentioned that I thought it would end at Brooklyn. I don't know if there's another takeover before that, but I think it's Brooklyn.
No,
it's Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn comes for SummerSlam. That'll be the next one. And Matt, the Misfit, actually brought up something in the chat saying maybe they might have an injury angle and they'll hold off, again with the match.
Yeah.
Because it was saying that, we might see Gargano go against Alistair. Can't talk, but who had sent me this? Oh, Big Slow sent us this on Twitter. I didn't recall this, but you saw Velveteen tonight. He had that Hogan-esque color scheme for his outfit. His ring gear.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan was the one to eliminate him from Tough Enough.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, so they're like, Hogan was the one who eliminated Dream, so maybe that gear wasn't an homage to Hogan. Maybe it was like...
Maybe it's like a fuck you, like...
Yeah, like eat your words.
Yeah, because I don't know, maybe... Because that's pretty weird, like, I'll do Hogan better than Hogan. Imagine him saying that.
Yeah.
He's like pissed off. That's fucking hilarious.
You never know, but I could picture him wanting to clap back a little bit.
Jamil Mendoza!
But it's amazing to see how far he's come and how much he's grown. I sent you that picture on Facebook that people had tweeted us all night.
Say that again, Jake, slow.
Oh, yeah, how hard he's come.
How far he's grown.
I agree, Nia Jax sucks. Did Lars fuck up the first fade to black kick? If they let AJ and Nakamura go tomorrow, we have hope, maybe.
Peyton Royce's pussy, thanks for the 316. Maybe. If they let AJ and Shinsuke go, perhaps. They've had a decent rivalry, and what they've done, it's been one of the most important thing and entertaining thing on SmackDown. It's not, Ciampa and Gargano though, man. I'm gonna remember this. Like, I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's not as good to me, but I'm gonna remember this, like, the Bret Hart Stone Cold rivalry and the Shawn Michaels Triple H rivalry. It's really kind of like those. Certainly, it takes last place to that in my mind, even though the matches are really good. But phenomenal dude. Thank you for subbing, man. We got a lot of people subscribing, man. We got a lot of people drinking with us tonight. Grab your beer. Grab your bottle of jizz. I tweeted Vince Russo tonight, and I said, I'm jizzing in my pants. Because remember, Vince thinks it's weird that we all say we got boners for the matches and stuff like that.
Give me a hell yeah!
So I tweeted that I got a
Gargano
boner.
versus Ciampa has been best story in WWE in years.
Yep.
And it's on Thread brand. If you're not watching, you're missing out.
I can't believe, Alexa's sweet ass, thank you for the donation, Alexa's sweet ass. I cannot believe that anybody could possibly be watching Raw and SmackDown and not watching these NXT takeovers. I have no clue in my mind how people can't be watching this. This is, every time it's a goddamn hit.
Did you guys ever think Candice might screw over Gargano because she's been involved so much?
They gave us that vibe. I think it would have been weird because they are really married and they are so really close. It would have been really hard to play kayfabe with that and annoying, I think, for everybody involved. So I think they didn't do that, but they sort of gave that vibe. But what I did think was, again, I thought that she would come out there and be like, Johnny, you know, stop. This isn't you and you need to stop and don't do what he does type of thing. And then he was going to come up from behind, knock her out of the way. And fucking,
coming off the stretcher.
And so I'm happy that didn't happen, though, because I was thinking that, like, oh, that's what's going to happen. So I'm more happy with what happened. I also thought the bolt cutters are going to come into play with the handcuffs, so I'm glad that didn't happen because it seemed obvious. So, yeah, but great match. I really enjoyed the opening tag match, though. I mean...
Yeah, I was going to bring this up. You know, we haven't really talked about this much, but just Adam Cole, you know, standing in the ring and you hear the crowd, baby! It's a shame that he wasn't wrestling tonight. Same thing for EC3. You had him in the crowd. It's just a disappointment, you know. You've got two of these great talents that I would love to see perform more often, but Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, you know, they went ahead and retained their titles against Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. It was a good match. I did like the match. You know, great back and forth, a lot of great moments, and it was pretty exciting. Not the best tag match we've ever seen by any means, but certainly delivered for, you know, an opening bout.
Damn, man, I thought this might have been the match of the night, like almost. Like I was really hyped for Gargano and Ciampa, but I really liked this first match. They hit that crescendo that we were talking about earlier that I thought that the Ciampa Gargano match didn't hit. At some point, it was so good that at some point, I think they were all had each other in a submission hold, and that was the moment when like people were like loving it so much, and then it hit another. It rose to that step. It's almost like Ninja Warrior when the guy climbs that tall ramp, and grabs the thing and pulls himself up. That's like trying to get a match to that is very hard. I thought they did as far as connecting with the crowd, because the crowd was cheering and loud and it was really good. But then when I think it was O'Reilly was in the submission, he kicked either, I don't remember if it was Burch or Lorcan in the face, and like that creativity to separate the submission hold of the legal man, like that made the crowd just rise to another level. They were already cheering and like chanting because they were all in the submissions, and when he kicked him off like that, the crowd was like they fucking hit another
erupted.
Because
the crowd really went nuts too when the referee got rid of Adam Cole. They were chanting bullshit like no other.
Yeah, dude, it's weird too because like obviously like they're the heels kind of, but it's like it's weird. And I'm a big obviously Lorcan fan. I called so many of his matches here. And he's a local guy I'm friends with, and he's a good dude. Wish his name was Biff Busick still, because Biff Busick and Danny Burch and Biff Busick sound like badasses. But Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, like it's just that name. I still can't get over it. But like, dude, and then fucking Biff, goddamn, I'm still calling him Biff. Fuck it, Biff, fucking thrown off the top rope and landed on his back on the side of the apron. Like, what a psycho. I fucking loved it, dude. I loved it. And
yeah, that was brutal for sure.
And you know what I would... what's up with EC3? Because I feel like he could have played a part in this show tonight. What is there something about him that's I don't know?
Well, he's the number one contender, essentially, for whoever was the champion tonight.
See, I could have seen him in... There was a match I was thinking of for him. Maybe it was Adam Cole. Maybe him and Adam Cole.
That's what I thought. I thought him and Adam Cole would have gone for the North American title.
But you can't do that now, because if he's going for the main title,
Yeah, I think they missed a step there, though. I really think they should have faced each other first.
Yeah, I think they did miss a step, and it would have been nice if they...
Especially by the way they interacted in the ladder match last time for the North American title.
Yeah, it almost seemed like you could see that, right? When we were watching that ladder match, who paired up with who a little bit, and you almost feel like they could have all carried over with each other.
Yeah, it was kind of like a logical and natural progression of like who would face each other next in terms of feuds.
Yeah.
Made sense. That's really what I envisioned happening. So, I mean, Aleister Black and EC3 will be great regardless, but I don't know. I would have liked to have seen him and Adam Cole really tear it up.
A tear that...
It's me, Ryback. I would have teared that ass out.
Matt the Misfit's on the phone. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, guys? What a hell of a show tonight.
Baby, I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
Dude, well, you guys were talking about Orton Lorcan. That fucking spot on the ring apron hurt my back from watching it.
Yeah, he's in that
was
job,
painful.
man.
That was brutal.
But yeah, it looks like Nikki Cross is joining Sanity, and I think they're going to be. I predicted that they're going to interfere in the AJ Styles match because just I don't know, just something about that. It sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know if you saw my prediction with Connor. I did NXT Takeover and what the fuck, wherever that show is tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so I was doing that, and I called every match that happened tonight, like right there. I'm like, Ricochet was going to win. I'm like, damn good match between those two, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was different. That's why like the first match was so fucking heavy on the wrestling, and the second match had so much just like you said, charisma and passion and shit into it that was great. Yeah, me and Jake got our predictions 100%. So I think we were all on the same page. I think it was predictable, right? Because
it was fairly predictable. Connor got him, I believe, all right as
well.
Connor,
well, no, he actually predicted Velveteen Dream to win.
Oh, that's right. He did predict Velveteen.
All right.
He was
Suck
opposite
it,
of you
Connor.
on that one, so.
Suck it, Connor. Joe, Jake, Matt the Misfit, and Connor. Okay? When you look in the record book, Joe, Jake, Matt the Misfit, and Connor's over there on the naughty chair. How about that? Suck it.
But the fucking main event.
Happy birthday, you fuck. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But the main event, holy shit. I tweeted out, Vince, see, that's how you do a hardcore match at the PGR.
Right.
Isn't that the truth? I mean, really.
when was the last time you seen them use the exposed ring mat during a match?
Oh, it was so great. It was like the last time I saw that was the Bubba Ray spot in the fucking Impact.
No, I'm talking about in WWE.
Well, in WWE, I mean, I couldn't tell you.
I can't even think.
And they brought back the stop sign, too.
Dude, that was when he was trying to rip it. I go, oh my god, there's a fucking like I ruin everything, but for Leah. But I go, oh my god, there's a fucking stop sign in it. I bet. And then he fucking rips it. I'm like, oh my god, there is a stop sign in it. I really thought maybe there wouldn't be.
That's like old school ECW right there. And immediately
and I love the part where Gargano does the dive to the outside and he gets clocked with the trash can lid.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
That looked fantastic. Like he just and like went down like he got knocked out. It was so perfectly sold.
So I said in the chat, I'm like, they could just do an injury angle with Gargano and then have Ciampa go after the NXT title, because I don't think you should wait to do Gargano in 3 until Ciampa has the title, and then you pull the trigger there. Because wouldn't it be like sweet glory for Gargano to actually win the title from Ciampa?
That's actually a really good idea, and it's something that I think makes a lot of sense, but based on what I'm seeing, I don't know if that's in the cards yet, but then again, maybe it is. And something about these two guys that's amazing is, remember when Ciampa and Gargano, man, they were having sometimes the best matches on the takeovers as a tag team, and now they're kind of having the best matches on takeovers against each other. That is a wild feat that just can't be denied. Like, it's pretty goddamn amazing.
I mean, but one of the matches I think is going to, like, I guess concrete at this point is Baszler is going to be going after Kairi Sane for the in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think we'll see. Baszler and Kairi definitely go head to head.
That's where Kairi Sane beats Baszler, and then Baszler goes to the main roster.
Yeah,
Baszler and Black, I believe, is going up after SummerSlam.
Yeah, Nikki's coming up right away, and then it's funny how the women's match too. Remember, I mean, it's funny to think back to a couple of years ago and beyond that, 2, 3, 4 years. For about 2.5 years, the women dominated NXT. It was like, what's the women's match going to be like? Remember that? It's so weird to think back on.
Yeah, they were main eventing the shows back to back, and that was it. That's all you wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, the only we're going to find out if Nikki is actually going up is if Sanity shows up tomorrow night or on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think she's definitely
it'll be
coming
Tuesday.
Up. I don't think they ever would have made her lose like this if she wasn't coming up. You know.
I mean, because people are complaining that she didn't, that they didn't have her tap out. I'm like, well, why would you have a character like Nikki Cross tap out?
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
She should never tap out. Yeah, she should. Passing out was just fine.
Especially smiling worked so for her character. You know, huge advantage.
That was awesome.
But you've been saying for weeks now that the only reason she was in NXT still was Baszler needed an opponent for tonight. And once she puts her over, she'll move up with Sanity, and Baszler will go against Kairi Sane, and it kind of writes itself.
And plus, Sanity just got new merchandise.
Yeah, so that's what really makes me think that we'll see them Thursday, Tuesday. I keep saying Thursday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
They were supposed to.
I mean, there's the possibility they may show up at any point tomorrow night at that pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. I mean, they're supposed to debut 1 million times already. I mean, they're gonna.
Yeah, I've also heard
they will though because the pre-show is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
In the predictions me and Connor did, I said that's originally everyone had thought that's what they were going to do, but I'm like, you can still have Anderson. I mean, you can still have Anderson and Gallows get involved in the storyline without them costing Anderson and Gallows the match. I'd have. Like I said before, I'd have Sanity screw over AJ Styles, and then then Nakamura and Styles do the rematch at Extreme Rules. Sanity screw them over again, and then you set up Sanity in the club for SummerSlam.
Yeah, and that gets you 3-on-3.
I don't know.
Well, you'd add. Well, if you want to add the women into there, Nikki Cross and what the hell's her name, Becky Lynch.
I think it's also possible they literally just show up like in a ladder match and they like demolish everybody. And
I thought about that too. I'm like, wouldn't it be great if the main event is actually the men's and they just fucking take the briefcase for themselves?
Well, I don't think they'll do that, but that would be kind of crazy if that happened. But I think that they would just show up and like they would beat up everyone in the match, leave them all on the ground, and then like what the hell is this? And then they leave. And then the match continues, but Sanity debuted. Now, I don't like that necessarily. I'm just saying that's something I could see them doing.
I mean, they were originally going to, I believe the rumor came out like a few weeks ago or something, or yesterday or something, that the original plan for AOP and Sanity they were going to be involved in the tag team Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm like...
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm glad they're not doing that because that would have been overkill.
Yeah, probably would have been overkill. That would be a wild idea. Like people have been throwing that out. I don't know if I like it either, but
yeah, I'm not crazy.
It would be great if both rosters were mixed again and stuff like that. But
if they killed the brand split, then it's a different story entirely.
To have one tag team that could show up at some point and like cash in, like that would be kind of crazy. But yeah, I think it might. I agree, it might be overkill. But yeah, Matt, I gotta move on, man.
Yeah.
Let me.
I'm gonna let you go, man.
What else?
Keep listening and check in tomorrow. Can't wait for see how they're not gonna fucking top the show. What the fuck am I talking about?
We're done. They're done tomorrow. This is
all right. Later,
Matt.
Guys.
Thank you, Matt. Good stuff, man.
Peace.
Thank you, Matt.
I don't even see how AJ and Nakamura can top or even come close to anything we saw tonight.
I don't think anything will, and if it does, there's a reason why we don't expect it to, because what we've seen, for the most part, build-up wise, is piss poor shit. So, we have a negative vision of what could be happening. And so tomorrow, if something does well, it's going to be just out of dumb luck, in spite of itself, because the build-up, no matter what, is horse cock. Oh my God, it's Christmas time. My God, it's Christmas time!
It's Christmas time.
Gotta get the gifts. Santa's on his way.
Ho, ho, ho.
Wanna make a porn in Santa's sleigh.
Ho, ho,
it's Christmas
ho.
time. It's Christmas time. Let's get it on. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's a Christmas song.
It's Christmas time.
This is a fucking Christmas song. I wanna fuck Mrs. Claus.
It's Christmas time.
I like Dakota Kai aka Bailey. Dream is amazing. Ricochet versus Flip Gordon would be amazing.
Ricochet versus Flip would be great. Yeah, I think that's happened actually. But
yeah,
Trey, thank you for the 1225, bro. Appreciate that shit. In fact, I called a match between. Did I call the match with Flip and? I don't think it was Ricochet. It was somebody else actually from Lucha. I can't remember now. But Ricochet was at that event. That was the one.
I don't think it was against Ricochet either. But
it was. Was it Amazing? No, it wasn't Amazing. Right? It was fucking God. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that would be a great match. That would be pretty fucking cool. We don't know what they would do, you know. Again, guys, if you guys like the channel, you like what I do here. Obviously, vitally important in these days, so I don't have to go away and get the fuck out of here and stop doing these. Become a patron or donate live, but certainly become a patron. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. $5 a month gets you just about everything. Certainly you can go up higher than that. A lot of people are, but that works. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Download the Patreon app, and you'll get alerted of all my videos for the most part. When I go live on YouTube, a lot of times people complain, I don't get the alerts. What the fuck? Well, when I go live, I also put out a Patreon post with the YouTube video link. So when you click on it, it takes you right to the YouTube app and all that stuff. Plus, you get the email alert on your phone, and it pops up. So even if the YouTube one doesn't pop up, the Patreon one pops up. So lots of reasons to do that. Plus my morning podcast, Morning Madness. And, of course, tonight we have the Corrupted Podcast at 1 a.m. We're about 1 hour and 25 minutes away from the Corrupted Podcast live on Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Tonight, the Corrupted Podcast. It's not wrestling. We'll be having some fun. Episode 53. There's a few episodes free on iTunes if you want to check out what that's all about if you like it. $2 a month will get you the download MP3 and the live video and the pre-show, post-show, all the stuff we do. But if you do $1 a month, you get to at least watch it live and you get the YouTube link as well. So all that stuff. See you tonight in about an hour and 25 minutes on my other outlet, Patreon, which via YouTube app. So I got that in. I almost forgot. Also check out WrestleCrate, WrestleCrate.com. Use coupon code Joe Sent Me. You'll get a percentage off your WrestleCrate wrestling box coming monthly to you. And right now they're doing a free crate gimmick. So go over there and use the free crate, I believe. Hell yeah! You'll see
WWE fatigue had me skipping the last 3 NXT episodes.
Oh,
WAS and sure what to expect tonight. But they delivered 9/10. Every match was unique. And Nia Jax is a very RESISTABLE force. No fatties, she's gross and horrible.
KY jelly. You can always use some KY jelly. But yeah, Jake, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, like you had said before, I know you really enjoy the tag match. I really did like it. I don't want to sound like I didn't. But my favorite of all time was DIY versus Authors of Pain when they had that ladder match.
It wasn't my favorite of all time. It was my favorite of the night.
No, yeah. I'm saying that was my favorite of all time. So I kind of have that be the bar, and I set everything else up against that as far as tag matches. Might be a bit unfair, but at least that's how it works in my mind anyways. And tonight, like I said, really, really great tag team matchup, but I would give the tag match like an 8.5 altogether.
Yeah, like I wouldn't compare it to anything outside of tonight. I just think the tag match tonight might have been the best match of the night. I mean,
I just didn't want to sound like because at first it made it sound like I really didn't enjoy it. No, I really, really liked it. It just wasn't my match of the night.
Yeah, that's all I'm talking about.
Yeah, but all in all, really a solid card. The build was fantastic. Everything they gave us tonight was just well thought out, entertaining, and I only wish that the main roster worked like this. I know we say it, but I don't know how much more we can reiterate that fact. But it's a prayer at this point. Hope and a prayer. It's the same company. It's not like we're comparing, New Japan to WWE. It's WWE. It's just NXT. I don't understand why it has to be such a drastically different product.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. I get why they do it, but
yeah,
I don't.
But it shouldn't be that way. They see the reviews, they hear. I think if it was done this way for the main roster, the ratings, not so much that they'd be through the roof, but they'd be much more solid than where they're at now.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they had a build up for Money in the Bank like they did for NXT tonight, I mean, so many people aren't even watching tomorrow night. They just don't care.
Their build-up was to put everybody to stand on a ladder, look like an idiot as the show opens up, and looking around like as they stood on ladders.
Yeah,
like
have the champion say that you can't put me in a submission move while getting put in the submission move.
Yeah, and it's already happened before the main event. It's just a weird...
Yeah.
Like the fucking...
Very ass backwards.
The main roster is weird as shit. Listen, guys, I got to get out of here. Because we got to get ready for the Corrupted podcast. We'll be doing probably a little. I don't think we're doing. We might do a little pre-show tonight on Corrupted on the YouTube channel. So make sure you sub to my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. Also, my gaming channel, youtube.com/JCSgaming and twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. And right here to Joe Cronin Show for the wrestling talk. My other YouTube channels are not wrestling talk usually. So, yeah, that's only if you really want to hear me talk about news and shit and how mad we are about Star Wars and shit and how I hate my dog's life and things like that. No, I don't. I love my dog. I don't know why I said that. It was a joke, but that's it, man. Thank you, guys. I give tonight an 8.5. Loved it. What a fucking night. What a great show. Jake, what do you give it?
Yeah, I think it's an 8 is a little bit too low, 9's too high. So yeah, 8.5 is perfect.
Right, exactly. So we agree, 8.5.
Yeah, absolutely. So great night.
Me and Jake got all the matches right, and then we gave it the same review. How about that, motherfucker?
Look at that, shocker there.
What do you guys give it? I think it was fair. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter, guys. If you guys want to talk tonight, I'll be on Twitter hanging out at Real Cronin. At Real Cronin on Twitter, and all my links should be in the description box down below. Tons of links of all kinds of shit. I think it's down there. Hopefully, I'm not really sure. I think everything's down there. The Patreon, all my other YouTube channels, my Twitch channel, all that bullshit. Become a patron tonight, guys. We'll be shouting you out at the beginning of the patron podcast for Corrupted, episode 53. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the Money in the Bank review live right here. Same shit tomorrow night. Probably not going to beat this, obviously, but we'll have some fun. Good night, everybody. Shock factor's out the window, Cody Rhodes, except for when your wife grabs onto a guy's dick and he uses it to flip her over.
There's a guy on Twitter, I guess named Joe Cronin.
And he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone. You suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking faggot. And or some various version of that.
To the Joe Cronin Show.
Don't forget to like, comment, and body slam that subscribe button.
This is the Epic Voice Guy, and I can honestly say, Joe Cronin is god awful, that is. You guys seriously listen to this guy? And now it's time for the Joe Cronin Show.
And he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone.
I really got to get the outro one where he says, and now that was the Joe Cronin Show. You know that. But, hey, Cornette, you don't have the Honest Trailers guy doing your intro, you fuck.